do you think that fathers and mothers have significantly different roles to play in bringing up their sons and daughters? Could you expand on any differences you see? Do you seriously think sons should live with their fathers after the age of 8? Well, I can see that I'm in danger of getting into hot water here if I'm not careful. But you must remember that G.K. Chesterton once said, "It's good to get into hot water. It keeps one clean." Well, I've got into, whether clean or otherwise, I've got into quite a bit of hot water in my time. But I must say, this question of the different roles of fathers and mothers, sometimes it puzzles me. I must confess, and perhaps some people will disagree with me, that I'm a little old-fashioned in my views here. I do tend to think that fathers and mothers play somewhat different roles. I hope I'm not going to get any angry, letters as a result of this. I'm not quite sure in what the difference consists. I think there is a difference. And I'm not sure whether sons should actually live with their fathers after the age of 8. I think the assumption is in the case where they're not living with them already, But I certainly think that they should have regular and consistent contact with their father, or if that's not possible, with an equivalent, what one might call a cultural father. In some societies, the biological father is not the cultural father. The cultural father, as among, say, the Nayars of Kerala in South India, the cultural father is the mother's brother. And the biological father does not play the part of cultural father. So if it isn't possible for any reason for the son to have regular contact with his biological father after the age of 8, I think it would be a good idea if a cultural father could be found for him, if some other older man could take on that sort of responsibility. Ideally, it should happen within the FWB quite naturally. When, for instance, older men within the movement just happen to know that the son of a certain woman, older member or mitra is not in contact with his biological father and can't be. Perhaps it should be just a natural development that someone just starts taking that sort of interest in the boy and starts taking him on, almost like a sort of apprentice, as it were, after the age of 8 or whatever age seems appropriate, with the cooperation of the mother. As I answer these questions, one thing that does occur to me is that yes, there's lots of problems and difficulties, but it seems to me that within the FWO at least there are very few problems of this sort related to families that can't be solved with a certain amount of understanding and sympathy or even empathy within the movement as a whole.